Hi there, it's Mrs. Sullivan. We are starting Chapter 9 today, so you need your 9.1 notes, your book, possibly to 386 and 387. Really won't need a calculator today, but you do need something to write with, so go and grab that. And welcome back. Okay, so we are going to cover some vocabulary words that you might want to fill in on your vocabulary sheet after today's notes. A few things about probability. First of all, an experiment is an activity with varying results. So it's something that, think of rolling a dice. There are many different results you can get. Flipping a coin, there's 2 results you can get. That would be an experiment. The possible results of an experiment are called outcomes. So think of flipping a coin. The possible outcomes are heads or tails of a dice, 1 through 6. A collection of outcomes is an event. The outcome of a specific event are called favorable outcomes. All right, for example, randomly picking a marble from a group of marbles is called an experiment. Each marble in the group would be called an outcome. Selecting a black marble from the group is considered an event. So here's a sample. Our possible outcomes, here we have 6 marbles. An event would be choosing a black marble. How many ways are there to pick a black marble from this set of marbles? Well, there are 2. So that would be 2 favorable outcomes for picking a black marble. All right, so let's do some experiment with some stuff that you are familiar with. So if we're going to roll a number cube, otherwise known as a die.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun. You roll the number cube. What are the possible outcomes? You could roll a 1, 2, yes, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. There are 6 possible outcomes in rolling a die or a number cube. What are the favorable outcomes for rolling an even number? Well, look up here. How many even numbers are there? 2, 4, and 6. Notice it doesn't say how many. It says what are the favorable outcomes. So you want to list what those favorable outcomes are. What are the favorable outcomes for rolling a number greater than 5? Well, there's only one of those, but 1 is not the answer. You want to put what that 1 is. It is a 6. Pretty simple, huh? All right, so look up at this spinner. Mine looks beautiful. Yours just has words written in it. You'll get over it. All right, so you spin this spinner. How many possible outcomes are there? Now this is where you might get a little bit confused. You see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, so you might think that it's 4, but literally, how many spaces are there for that spinner to land on? There are 6. How many ways can spinning a red occur? Notice it says how many ways, so there are 3 reds. That means there are 3 ways for red to occur. And the last, or not the last one, in how many ways can spinning not purple occur? So notice that this is italicized, but that's the key word here. How many of these colors are not purple? Look at your spinner. Do you see that 5 out of 6 of them are not purple? So that would be 5 ways. Then it asks specifically, what are those favorable outcomes for spinning a not purple? So you could spin a red, and a blue, and a green. But you could also spin another red and another red. So there should be 5 ways here because we put a 5 there. So you definitely want to put the 3 different reds because we want to match the 5 different ways to end up with not purple. All right, flip the page over. Here's where some more of the math comes into this. So the probability of an event is a number that measures the likelihood that an event will occur. Probabilities are anywhere between 0 and 1, including 0 and 1. And if you say the likelihood or the probability of this happening is 0, that means not a chance, no way, no how, never going to happen, something like that. Like, Miss Sullivan, Miss Tremblay, do we have to show our work on our test? There is a 0% chance that we are going to say no. No, you don't have to show your work ever. Stop asking that question, please, by the way.
We'd really appreciate it.
Really. Okay. If you have a probability of 1, that means it's certain. Definitely going to happen. Without a doubt, yes. The answer is yes.
Mrs. Tremblay, do you have carrots in your lunch today? Yes, 100% certain.
Every day. She does. Not even with ranch. All right.
Straight up carrots.
Straight up carrots. Okay, and then sometimes it's a 50-50 chance, like flipping a heads or a tails. They're equally likely. 50% chance. Okay, so let's, on a range of 0 to 1, we're going to rate these. Determine the likelihood of each event. What is the likelihood that the sun will rise tomorrow? Even if it's cloudy, it's still there. Every day. 100%. So we're going to use a 1. Flipping a heads or a tails on a coin. I just said this one. You've got an equal chance of doing both, so we're going to use the 1/2. Notice I'm not using percentages. I'm using one of these numbers. 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4. So this one is 1/2. What is the likelihood of your math teacher not drinking coffee in the morning? Never going to happen. Never going to happen that we're not drinking coffee. 0 chance. What is the likelihood that you will have homework tomorrow? You're wishing it was 0. It's definitely not 100%. It's pretty likely. So we will use the 3/4 for that one. Pretty likely you'll have some homework tomorrow. What is the likelihood that you'll bring your math book to class tomorrow? What is the likelihood that you'll be asked to bring your math book to class tomorrow? 100%, definitely. What is the likelihood that you will? That's a little iffy. But let's be positive and say the likelihood that you're going to need your math book tomorrow is definitely 100% certain that you'll need it. All right, bring that math book tomorrow and we'll see you then.